Welcome back to Supernova Traveler for another review of Omniscient, Episode 2, A Good Person Who's Done a Horrible Thing. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Before we start, I wanted to mention two shows with similar topics and worth a watch. The Circle starring Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. Black Mirror Season 1, Episode 3, The Entire History of You. Let's continue our review. Our main characters this episode are Nina, Daniel, and Judite. Let's watch closely. We start off this episode with the team in the lab. They are learning about the creation of the nano hummingbirds, also known as drones. Nina asks an important question. When a drone malfunctions, how long before it's up and running again? Answer, 4 minutes. Now we have created a window, but how do we make this drone malfunction, and how do we extend that window? We learned that a magnetic field can interfere with the drone's responses, and they can take up to 40 Teslas, which is just a form of energy. This is the system's firewall, where all the data is stored. This small motherboard captures all data from the drones. That little device holds all the information she needs to find her father's murderer. Now, how does she get access? This guy here is crushing on her. He helped design the whole system, so he knows everything about it and has access. So she has to get close to him. Although, I think she also likes him. Remember last episode she took the pen and got a copy of the administrator's fingerprint? She took the image and made a 3D print of that fingerprint. Now she's looking at the floor plans. Just like in Ocean's 11, you have to have a plan. She has to time everything out for her heist. She takes all the information she learned about the system and starts to implement her plan. She runs to the roof and finds the high voltage electrical system. This electrical system will cause interference that will eventually kill the drone. So now she has 4 minutes to get to an unsuspicious place before the newly deployed drone finds her. Nina's drone dies and a new one is quickly deployed. And now Nina has to buy herself some time by avoiding people in their drones so her location is not revealed, as she tries to break into the room that houses the collected data. Nina gets to her destination. She takes out her 3D fingerprint and puts it against the scanner. She gets access immediately. And she opens the drawers to grab the motherboard. And then she chickens out. It's just not in her character to do a bad thing and to steal. So she leaves the room. In the hallway, she meets her boss. And her boss takes her aside, tells her some bull crap about how she seems distracted at work. And although she is top pick, they will have to be practical in their choice of permanent employee if the behavior persists. Dude, her father literally just died. Bosses be full of cow dung. So Nina's boss's drone pinpoints her location, sends the signal out to another drone that was looking for her, and that drone comes and reattaches itself to Nina. Now, you might think, how is she going to get away with this? Wouldn't someone notice if a drone malfunctioned? Remember, no one has access to the drone footage, so no one ever knows what causes the drone to malfunction until it is too late. Because Nina keeps moving and avoids people, she buys herself time away from surveillance systems. As advised by her boss, Nina leaves work early and finds her good-for-nothing brother Daniel, also known as Danny, sitting at the table. He suggests that someone hired a hitman to kill their father. He wants to go outside the city, which he has never been. They were both born in this city under surveillance their whole entire lives, to find out more information. She finds a mysterious book among her father's things. In this, it has numbers and accounts. She tries to check on it, but the bank says the account has been frozen. So now we have this other mystery, like what was her father into, and should she be concerned? Danny starts an argument with his sister, basically telling her that she's doing nothing. She's just letting, like, everything's fine, that their father died or was murdered. And this guy who works at a food truck that he doesn't even own has audacity to tell her what she's doing. She's doing way more work than he is. Trusting Judite, Nina takes the book to her and confesses she started the plans for the data heist.
Você trouxe? O bote do banco disse que a conta do meu pai tá sob sigilo da justiça. Tá, eu vou tentar falar com alguém. Eu achei muito estranho esse valor escondido aqui. A gente tava muito sem grana, atrasando conta. quero descobrir o que é isso daqui.
Você só precisa saber para quem o seu pai depositava dinheiro.
She found a way, but she has a mental block in committing a crime against the company. Judite is the third person to tell Nina to keep things to herself. If this is not ominous, you people don't pick up on context clues. I do not trust this woman, Judite. I don't trust her at all, and if I rant, it's because I don't trust her.
Aquele negócio que a gente conversou lá fora, eu comecei. Nossa. Só que já era.
Alguma dificuldade técnica?
Não é isso. Sou eu.
See? You remember my first video? I told you the Chinese was involved in this. But no, y'all didn't want to believe me.
Vai dizer que você nunca viu ninguém falando cantonês no elevador.
Não.
Okay, now that we're done with that elevator flirtation, let's move on in our story. So Nina's dumb brother, with no skill set, leaves the city.
O que eu quero é mais específico. Específico, velho. É trabalho do lado de dentro da cidade.
Fala logo o que você quer, mano.
Eu preciso de alguém para entrar lá sem receber drone.
On the other side of town, Nina finds out who her father was paying. Her brother went looking for trouble and he found it. Dude, you know you are not built for the streets. Know your place.
O que você acha que ele parece, hein? Velho, tá com cheiro de polícia. Eu só quero ir embora.
While Daniel is in the inner city getting himself roughed up, Nina is following her lead that leads her to a guy and his mother and finds out that her father was sending the money because he felt guilty for hiding during a bank robbery that got his security guard partner killed. While the mother and son explains to Nina that her father was forgiven, they do not blame him for the death of their husband and father. Daniel is blowing Nina's phone up, and Nina finds out that he's been kidnapped and now she has to rescue him. So Nina leaves the city to go save her dumb, useless brother. In order to save her brother, the criminals want Nina to open the armored car so they can get the cash. She gets it open and programs a delay in the alarm to serve as a diversion. She has committed her first major crime. The training wheels are off. This moment is really important in the story because before, when Nina went to go try to steal the motherboard, she couldn't bring herself to do it. But now in this moment, she realized sometimes you have to do a really horrible thing to get a positive outcome. And in this case, she gave them access to money. Even though she did create a diversion, they did have the possibility to get away, but she did it to save her brother. With newfound exhilaration, Nina goes back to the vulture's field to get rid of her drone and finally get the computer equipment she needs. Fired up from her first heist, she goes to her manager's house and, in the famous words of fellow YouTuber Bondi Blue, to get the D. And she got the D. Wait, hold up. What's going on here? What is Nina's boss doing? Oh no, this man is wound a little tight. So we see the second vulnerability in the city. People lack the ability to relieve stress. And Nina's disgusting boss leaves the city of cameras to beat up an old homeless man? I told you he was an ass. Oh, wait, so this is a weekly thing. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch Omniscient episode 2. Please stay tuned for the rest of the season. I will be reviewing the rest of the episode with a nice little breakdown for you. And tomorrow, at least we'll have some Married at First Sight action for those who like Married at First Sight. Have a great night or day. or whenever this gets posted. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.